They are outstanding fighters. 9-3 for Lara. 9-0 with just one no contest, a fight that was stopped off of a foul. Watanabe has got no losses, and Lara wants to be the first one to put that mark on that record.
Back to your corner. Back. Ready to fight? You ready to fight? Let's go.
Referee Kevin McDonald calls for the bell. Alejandra Lara in the red gloves, Kana Watanabe in the blue gloves, and no feeling out process in this flyweight battle with so much at stake, and Lara already all over Watanabe.
Nice by Lara, backing off. She was lighting her up with that left hand.
Southpaw with the 1-2, but the takedown by the judoka, and this is where Watanabe, well, is the master of her domain.
This is the place that Alejandra Lara did not want to end up, underneath Watanabe, and the strength of Watanabe. That's what you're going to be seeing right here. She's so good with her judo techniques, but she is a physically strong lady.
On the first MMA broadcast on Showtime in February 2007, the ladies stole the show. Gina Carano versus Julie Kempsey. Only fitting that the females get to raise the curtain on the next chapter of MMA on Showtime here with Bellator, and Watanabe all over Lara here in the opening minute of the first round.
Lara did a great job of getting the kick and getting Watanabe's weight back, but then she made the mistake when she turned her back to her.
Former flyweight champion Alima Leigh McFarland, and I gotta tell you, no fighting atmosphere like an Alima Leigh McFarland fight in Hawaii. She is definitely watching with vested interest.
Watanabe working to break Lara down. Lara trying to base out, get herself to a position where she can stand up. Lara's going to have to figure out, am I going to be able to get to my feet from this position? Good job of getting right back up. And this is when she now says, I am a striker that believes in my skills. And I'll tell you, at the beginning of this fight, she was lighting Watanabe up with that left hand.
The southpaw Lara training in Mexico with UFC veteran Alexa Grasso. 2 minutes now gone in the opening round, and Lara now trying to pick up the momentum, find a rhythm in the stand-up as Watanabe tries to take her down to the canvas one more time. Body lock trip, and this time beautiful distribution by Lara into full mount, now has her back.
What a beautiful transition by Lara to step over to get that mount off of the takedown. You saw double underhooks by Watanabe, but that was a beautiful reversal of positions by Alejandra Lara.
Lara has 2 rear naked choke victories. Watanabe has never been defeated. Lara trying diligently to try to flatten out Watanabe. Watanabe doing a great job in not letting that happen.
She is doing a great job, because right now, if you look at the hand position of Alejandra Lara, she's in a position where she's able to suck her hips back towards the hip area of Watanabe, and that's what's keeping her in place.
A lot of energy being expended here as Lara looking to maximize this position on Watanabe.
What happens is when you have your hands in that position that Lara had, then they get stuck underneath at times, and it takes you a while to work them out.
Yeah, Watanabe looking for a backdoor escape, but it's Lara with the hooks in.
She's getting a little bit high. She's going back to that almost a seatbelt position, grabbing under the arms. Now she's too high. She should step off. Very smart.
Coming up on the final 90 seconds of the opening round. Pivotal matchup at 125 pounds. Watanabe closes in, scores with a right hook behind the guard of Lara, but Lara really seems to be gaining more and more confidence with each and every outing in her stand-up.
Absolutely, she is. You can see that. But one thing she needs to do, she's getting a little high when she's coming in. She's bouncing in and getting high. She needs to set down on those punches to make them have more effect.
Watanabe fighting for the first time on American soil as they come together with less than a minute remaining now in the opening 5 minutes here at the Fight Sphere. Left hand lands for Lara.
With a nice right hand counter right behind it.
So a frenetic start, beginning to settle down a bit as again Watanabe looking for the trip takedown. Lara doing a good job, delivers a knee up the middle. Lara trying to punch herself free.
Very smart by Lara, because you were in a position with the judoka who, when they're getting their hands on you, that's what they want, and Lara is making her pay for it.
Nice inside leg kick by Lara. Final 20 seconds of the opening round here at Bellator 255. Good stuff from both Alejandra Lara and Kana Watanabe here to kick off Bellator 255.
Here's the beautiful inside leg kick by Lara, and then lights her up with that left hand, but gets a little over anxious, comes into her, which allows Watanabe to get her hands around her. But that was a beautiful combination by Alejandra Lara, and then Watanabe with the takedown, and that was a hard slam to the ground. Lara was not ready for that position. Beautiful trip over, and you see her stepping her leg over the top to take mount, and then a beautiful right-left combination right there by Alejandra Lara. Her stand-up right now is starting to take effect in this fight, which is going to give her, in my opinion, that round.
Round two.
Bell and round number 2 of this women's flyweight matchup. Alejandra Lara on her back foot as Watanabe comes forward. Lara trying to navigate the distance to land that 1-2 from the southpaw stance. Oh, she gets tagged with a right hand from Watanabe.
Absolutely, Watanabe landing a beautiful right hand there.
And when we talk about the improvement of Lara striking, credit has to go to the Grasso family in Mexico for the work they've done with her, John.
Absolutely. Alexis Grasso and her father have done a really good job of getting her to calm down on her strikes.
Oh, speaking of strikes, she just dropped Watanabe, seemed to be momentarily bothered, and the strike stats tell the story as Alejandra Lara lighting up Kana Watanabe and just landed a nasty knee.
And those 2 elbows inside, those were strong and hard.
Well, Lara's nickname is Azul, which is, of course, blue, and she says that her blue fire will consume everything she touches in the cage, and she has been in fuego in her striking. And of course, picking up valuable learning experiences, back-to-back losses to the former champion McFarland and the current champ Velasquez. And there's Judoka using her bread and butter to bring Lara back to the ground where Watanabe is now inside control.
Watanabe being on top, this is exactly where she feels comfortable and knows that if she is in this position, she can put heavy pressure down, keep her opponent in this position, and do some damage.
Watanabe started her judo journey at the age of 6, started to train to learn self-defense with her dad and brother, come from a family of martial artists, and now working from the back. Lara, nicely done, looking for the reversal.
Looking for a leg right here. She has the leg entwined.
And of course, you put yourself at risk, but you almost have to sometimes admire the risk-taking or the going for greatness as it is.
Absolutely, and she's at less risk in this position than she was when Watanabe is going to be on her back.
Although Watanabe looking for that potential arm triangle, but now has it side.
Now, right now, she's not in a position for the choke to work, but you can see that the pressure she's bringing down is still giving Alejandra some problems. She's got that arm trapped with the head, so she's not in a good position right now.
Well-rounded Watanabe with 3 knockouts and 3 submissions in her 9 career victories.
Nice elbow from underneath by Lara. That thing landed solid.
Joachim Hansen, the old Pride fighter, was a nasty striker from his back as well. One of the few, right, that could generate some power from the back. As well, a reversal.
Right now, you see that beautiful reversal by Alejandra Lara. She's in a half guard position, but she's got her head in a position. She can go for that arm triangle choke. It's a matter of, is that what she thinks that she can get? The arm is not in place, and you're seeing that Watanabe is around going for a Kimura grip.
As expected, a highly competitive affair here between Kana Watanabe, the undefeated judoka from Japan, and Alejandra Lara.
I'd like to see Lara step over the head and turn this around with that Kimura grip
And Lara proudly representing Colombia's Watanabe, looking for potential submission attempt here. Wow, right to Lara's back.
Going right to the back from this position.
Amazing.
All based off of the Kimura grip and the threat of that setup, that reversal for Kana Watanabe.
Lara was forced to submit to an Ilima-Lei Macfarlane in her championship fight, and now trying to defend against Kana Watanabe here with 45 seconds left in the second round.
Right now, Watanabe, her right arm is being secured by Alejandra Lara. She's got a baseball grip on that, knowing that if I keep that in position where I have it, I'm at least going to be safe from the submission of the choke or anything like that.
Trying to flatten out, Lara does so. Lara turning over now, eating some of these right hands from Kana Watanabe.
Nice job of movement by Lara. Get her out of that position. See Watanabe trying to stick on the back, but she's a little bit high. She's going to go for the arm right now.
Stop. Stop. Release. Let go. Good.
Beautiful movement right here. Check out the elbow as it lands. Look at that nice elbow inside by Lara. And again, that one was solid. It's those things when you're in tight, putting your hands in that grappling position, you can be struck, and that's what Lara was doing. Here is that elbow I was talking about from the bottom. Kind of grazed, but it did, touch Watanabe and makes her think that I've got to be careful in this position with what she's throwing. But right now, with that back position, you can see Lara changing her position, trying to turn. Watanabe landing some big shots. I do believe right now, Moro, we're looking at an even fight.
Third round.
The bell goes, they touch gloves. Lara in the red gloves, Watanabe in the blue gloves. Lara from the southpaw stance started karate at the age of 4, so both of them beginning their respective martial arts journeys young, and Watanabe walking into the strikes of Lara. And
that was a beautiful straight left hand by Lara landing. And you're seeing that she's getting smart about when Watanabe's trying to put her hands on her, she's not only pushing away, she's starting to circle out of it.
Adjustments you would like to see both fighters make here in the final 5 minutes, John.
One of the things I'd like to see with Lara is I want her to think about her footwork when she is striking. She's getting herself, she's starting to crush that distance on herself. You don't want that to happen. And with Watanabe, she needs to be accurate right now in her takedown effects. When you get these opportunities, get your hand on your opponent, do not let them pass by. And she did it. Very nice job by Watanabe.
Takedown again by Watanabe into the closed guard of Alejandra Lara. A minute and a half gone here in the third and final round.
Alejandra is good off of her back, but she needs to now, at this point, try to at least control the arm, control the position, open up the guard, put her feet on hips. You can't sit there with a closed guard holding on to your opponent for too long. This right now is exactly where Watanabe wants to be, Moro, because she's going to be winning here. She's landing the heavier shots. As time goes by, this is good for her. Lara's got to be the one to say, okay, I got to get on my horse and start to really move now.
Watanabe wanting to remain undefeated, move one step closer to an opportunity at the flyweight championship, currently around the waist of Juliana Velasquez. You know, the likes of Ilima-Lei Macfarlane, the former champion, Liz Carmouche, Denise Kielholtz, and others would love to get that 125 crown, but here to kick things off at Bellator 255, Kana Watanabe maintaining top position on Alejandra Lara after a very competitive and rather even opening 10 minutes. On your unofficial scorecard, you have the fight even, but Lara's got to start to dig deep.
She's gonna have to do something because, you know, Watanabe has moved herself into a half guard position. She feels very good here. She wants to stay in this position. Look at the figure four that she has in the leg that's telling you, I want to hold on to that leg. And she's just systematically hitting her with strikes. All the points are just adding up in her court.
Where else have we seen that figure four around the legs where you neutralize?
There was a guy,
all-time greats.
Yeah, some guy named Nurmagomedov did quite a bit.
Nice segue, by the way. We've got a Nurmagomedov coming up here on Bellator 255. Usman Nurmagomedov, undefeated, much anticipated debut against Mike Hamill, but right now it's Kana Watanabe looking to remain unbeaten, and she continues to smother Alejandra Lara.
Yeah, absolutely. This is right now, Lara's got to go. She's got to say, you know, I'm going to lose this fight if I don't take a big chance right here. So take the chance, go, explode, make her have to really work to stay on you. But right now with that figure four on that leg, she's stuck.
And yeah, that's it. She is trying. Kana Watanabe has her tied up in knots. Less than a minute remaining in the third and final round. And Watanabe feeding some left hands to the face of Lara. Just continuing to smother her.
Almost full mount right now. You're looking at what we call quarter guard or three-quarter mount. All she got to do is get that leg free. Foot's right there.
30 seconds left in the fight. And Watanabe continues to be a weighted blanket on Lara, but Lara not feeling very secure. She's in trouble. Here's Watanabe going for the choke.
She is going for the choke, putting a lot of pressure on that.
Windsor in the judo takedown again here, keeping Lara on the canvas.
Lara doing everything she can, just not strong enough to get away from Watanabe.
What a fight for Watanabe, especially in that third round as she controlled Alejandra Lara. They go the distance.
This was the start of the fight. Beautiful kick, beautiful left hand, got a little bit inside. This is a great combination, but ends up being taken down on a beautiful outside reap of that leg. And it was the judo of Watanabe. Look at her stick to her like there's Velcro on her. She's able to stick to her. Lara hurts her, but Watanabe, in the end, heavy hips, heavy pressure, heavy strikes. It was her judo background that gave her the ability to get what I believe is going to be a unanimous decision victory here in this fight against Alejandra Lara.
All right, checking out the fight stats for our first fight of the night, and you see how competitive it was, John.
Well, it was.
Except in the takedowns department.
There you go, and that's where the fight ended up, and that was the difference in the fight.
Your first judge, Brian Miner, scores the fight 29-28. He sees the fight for Lara. Your second judge, Michael Bell, scores it 29-28. He sees the fight for Watanabe. Your third and final judge at Cageside Saldamata scores the fight 29-28 for the winner by split decision, Kana Watanabe.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Francis Ngannou. Subscribe now to the PFL MMA YouTube channel.